Hello, welcome to Akulbeck Live. I'm Kanchan Verma, and today in this episode, we'll be discussing some tricks and some knowledge about public relations. And today we have a very seasoned public relation professional. So, first, let's welcome her. Hello, welcome to the show, Ritu. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you, Kanchan. It's so nice to be back on your show. It's so nice. Thank you.
Ritu, we had been discussing about public relations and in different segment how we use public relations. Now today we'll be discussing about education domain. Now gone are the days when education institutions were not advertising. Now today they are using public relation principles very effectively, and many more type of public relation practices they are doing. So first question is how is it important for education institution to advertise? Why they really need to do that? I'm sorry, do public relation, I mean, not advertising. So, and how they do that?
So, Kanchan, it's very important in today's world that education institutes to get into public relation practice because it's not the government institutes who do a massive public relations, but it is the private universities and public schools and the private schools who are very much doing public relations campaign. Although some government institutions, some government universities are also doing public relations, but it is the private institutes, the private universities, the private schools, the private colleges who are massively taking public relation practice. They are massively engaged about themselves. They are massively marketing themselves among the target audience, and the target audience are the students of 11th and 12th grade and their parents. So they are massively into promoting themselves, creating an image about themselves, showing a kind of a story, weaving a story, speaking about that story to the prospect students and the parents who are going to be their future clients. I mean, who are going to pay fees in their concerned universities. So public relation practice, because there's so much of competition in the market right now. There are so many private players in the market in the education field. So the competition is very high.
Well, I also feel that there are so many education institutions, and I think it's highly important for any campaign to do a differentiation among the institution. And I think brand has to play a vital role. What is your opinion on that?
Yes, a brand has got a very vital role, and so every institution, every educational institution has created their brand, and they have a different USP, unique selling proposition. Some universities, they are letting themselves know as the number one private university in India. Some universities are only focusing on their engineering programs or the let's say on the management programs. Some universities, they focus on their locations. So every university has got every target audience they cater to. There are some universities who are pocket friendly, so they talk about being pocket friendly university. So creating a brand image is very important, and with that brand image you have your USP, and everyone gets connected to you because everyone is looking for some unique feature which goes with their lifestyle. So every university does that.
Well, I think you have mentioned a very nice point that brand building is very, very essential at this point of time. But I think foreign interaction is also based on public relation activity. But here I would like to ask you one very crucial question is that earlier the schools were open, now everything education is shifted to online. Now, what is the scope of public relation when we are talking about online education?
Very good question, Kanchan. Everything, the focus has shifted on online education. But the colleges are open now. But the colleges, they have given option to the student that they can either take online classes or they can go for offline classes. Definitely, the admissions have gone down. I mean, the admissions are not very high this year, but still, the universities are very much involved in the PR campaign because they are not focusing on this year. They are focusing on the coming years. Okay, this year they may not get the admissions, but next year, perhaps next to next year, they will get the admission. So they do not want to lose out on those clients, on those students, on those future students. And public relation is one activity which never slows down, which never dies out. They are still getting admission, and they are focusing on their online education. One university says I'm very good in online education. The other university says I'm much better. So they are now focusing on online education. So the shift has shifted from offline to online, and in the online education, they are providing you the best and the better and the bestest.
What happens now since this is online, education is online, but I would like to know, suppose any education institution who is starting their school online, so what are the best practices as public relation they should utilize, and what is the budget they should really consider to doing at least 1 year public relation activity?
Okay, so the budget, Kanchan, it all depends on from one organization to other organization. It all depends what kind of school it is. Is it a world class school, or is it a school of a local level? So the budget depends on that, because the budget is directly influenced by the kind of fees you take from the students. Let's say some schools, they take very little fees, but there are schools who are charging lakhs also. So the budget of the PR campaign depends on the kind of students you have, the kind of fees they pay. And the online, when it's online education, the schools, your next question, they are telling parents that we are into online education because we believe in what the government of India they say, what the rules of the countries they say. We want your child to be safe, stay protected. So we believe in social distancing. So hence we are providing you online education. And believe me, Kanchan, some of the schools, they are actually giving very good online education, online classes. Some of the universities are giving very good online classes, and they let the parents know that our teachers are trained to give good online education. We are giving you best of the education in the time of COVID. So this is what they are focusing at the moment on, the online education. But the syllabus remains the same. That's what they tell the parents. The syllabus remains the same. The child is not going to lose out on anything. So this is one point which is being stressed in the PR campaign right now, in the present circumstances. But otherwise, the universities, they before COVID, the universities were reaching out to the parents. They used to go to various schools. They had a tie up with various schools where on every parents teacher meeting or on every second Saturday, they would have a small seminar where the students of 11th and 12th along with their parents would be invited, and the university would show them their show reel, their they would let them know about their campus, the job opportunities which the universities they provide to the students, the internship program, and the world-class facility, the faculty also they would provide to the students. Because every child does not get 90%. Every child does not get 90%, but every child has got the right to have higher education. So here is the PR campaign which talks to the parents that if your child does not get very good percentage, please don't lose your heart. We are there to provide your child the world-class education. So this is how the PR campaign is done for all the private institutions, educational programs. And the government institutions, let's say for the Delhi University or Jamia Millia Islam, all these universities, the Delhi University, the central universities all around India, they are the government institutions. They also have their PR campaign, but those PR campaigns are not very massive. They focus on their programs, the kind of programs they have. They focus on the job opportunities, the corporate trainings, the corporate programs they have. So they really do not focus on other things because they are, we all know, they are the premier institutes of India. So they don't have to really do the PR campaign, but the private universities are very much into PR campaign, and they all have very good PR agencies lined up who do their PR work.
Well, as you just mentioned that every school or every college has a different set of USP that can be in terms of education, that can be in terms of introduction of any new subject. And so likewise, or maybe a playground which is better than other playgrounds. But what I feel is that education is business, if we really call it, then it is little different from other businesses, and because that is directly deal with the people and the young minds. And when we are talking about children, and when we are also talking about the branding of a school, so how it will be different from other businesses or corporates when we are talking about public relation practices?
Education PR is not different from any other corporate. It is just the shift of the business. Where in other corporates you are selling the FMCG product, here you are selling the education programs. You are doing PR campaign for the education program. So the PR team of any private university, or let's say if they have hired an outside agency, a PR agency, they take it as any other normal assignment where their focus is on good advertising, good promotion, good publicity, good PR, and good marketing, because advertising and marketing are connected with public relations. So these universities, they for them the education business is like any other business, but you are selling the education programs. So they are very much, it's a corporate. When you go to any private university, the one side of the universities are the classes and the educations imparted to the student, but the other side, the back office, they are hardcore corporates where they have all the corporate jobs where they have to do the licensing with the government department. They have to go for NEC accreditation. They have to, go to various cities, different parts of the India, hold the seminars there, talk to the local public, and ask them to come and visit their campus so that these parents and the students take admission in their university. So they are also doing all these kind of things, but uh, here the product is education. The services provided is education, and basically education is a service which you provide to the students because you are making the future citizens of this country.
Do you have any interesting case study which you really admire and appreciate till now, especially in education domain?
Ye- yes, but am I allowed to take the name of the university? Okay. So, Kanchan, I will talk about MIT University. And we all know MIT University is a very big private university. Although it's not the first private university of India, we had Symbiosis and Manipal universities before also, and various other engineering institutes. So MIT University is one university which commercially went out and had big advertising campaigns. They had big advertising. You would see their advertisements in best of the newspapers, in all the top newspapers, in TV channels, and they were the first universities who recognized the PR, the power of public relations. They were the first universities who they have a campus in Dubai. So before opening the Dubai campus, the MIT University team, the people who were in the administration and the management, they and their PR team, they went to Dubai, UAE, they went to Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and Dubai also, where they had their seminars in best of the hotels, inviting the local residents of UAE and also the Indians who were based there in UAE, and they showed them the documentary, show reels, why education is important, why student, every child has got the right to study. If you do not get admission in Harvard, don't lose your heart, take admission in MIT University. If you're not getting admission in Delhi University, take admission in Delhi University. And they also focused on the sports, because in MIT University you would see best of the playgrounds also, so they have best of the sports team also. So in a way, they were not only selling education, but they were selling complete package also. So if your child takes admission in MIT University, if he or she is interested in sports, they would make a nice sports person also. So I personally believe that MIT had, nurtured a very good plan. They had developed a very good plan where they spoke about the education, benefits of teaching your child, benefits of sending your child for the higher education. Or also, this was the university which was helping students, the students from economically weaker background, in getting the loans. And they had nice programs that they would help you out in getting the bank loans. And once the child gets the job after the 4-year program, from his or her salary, certain money would go back for repaying the loan. So this, I think it was a very good thing which MIT University did, and they're still doing it. And there are now other private universities which are following the business plan of MIT University. And this business plan of MIT is a hardcore PR plan, a hardcore PR campaign. Because, education is a business, but it is a very emotional business with Indian parents and parents all over the world. So they want their child to go in a safe environment, study in a very safe culture, safe environment, go to a safe institute. So MIT, I think this fulfilled the every desire of the parents.
Well, any last thoughts to those people who want to do a public relation activity for their upcoming education? Because there are many companies who are coming forward for education, especially online education. They want to start this business. So, any thoughts or advice you want to give to them?
Yes, I would definitely tell that the upcoming universities, there are so many upcoming universities and schools who are, they are new in the market. They have just started out. So I would tell them to, before reaching out to the parents and the students, they should develop a plan. They should develop a really good plan, because this online education is going to stay in this country. It's not going to get over in coming 2-3 years. It's just going to stay. So I've seen some universities which I'm not going to name. Their online education is not really very good. They have not upgraded themselves in last 2 years also. So if the parents, they are giving you fees, you have to upgrade your education program also, because this is your PR. This is the word which is going to spread. And any PR for any education institute is only talking for the. So when you are doing PR, you are taking various aspects of marketing. You are deciding where to go, how to talk to the parents, what marketing plans you do. But you need to be honest also about your education program.
So, as usual, it is so wonderful to talk to you, Ritu, today, and we'll be meeting again with some other thought provoking episode. Till then, bye bye, and you take care.